A Muscular adversary here. I decided that I'm going to do a my video on the YoshiWii one episode with Sonic93 and Amy-Chan in it. The reason why is because I want to help debunk things in regards to Sonic93 and possibly Amy-Chan if she was actually falsely accused of anything in regards to the situation, because people are gonna be lurking around and saying Sonic93 traumatized Yoshi 1, and they keep pointing at her and her and her and her and her, and then saying, "Oh, Amy-Chan apologize and apologize." It's like, where is the apology video? If you apologize to Yoshi 1, Amy-Chan, why not post a video clearing it up? That's the thing. Growing silent and letting people constantly blame Sonic 93 is not helping matters. You got a family, she's got a family. You know, got to be equal. If you waiting for her to be equal, why don't you take the first step? If you're the bigger person, why don't you take the first step, Amy-Chan? That's the thing. Because when it comes to Yoshi 1, he doesn't even deserve to have his name like thrown around over this constantly. Um, so this is Brandon Yoshi One, and this is back in 2021. This is on DeviantArt. I snipped this, and this is the user that posted this. Seems like they were reaching out, which is good. Reaching out is good, and I'm gonna read this. As some of you might know, former YouTuber Stunt93 and her then friend Amy Chan did a two-part rant on a Sonic fan by the name of YoshiWii. Real name Brandon, who was a big fan of Amy Rose and the couple's son Amy. They accused him of being into things like pedophilia, incest, rape. Because of this, Brandon got traumatized, deleted his account, left the internet, went to counseling, and got put off the Sonic franchise to this day. He himself has said that he'll be playing Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, but oh my goodness, Sonic showed up as an opponent, he would quit the match and reset the characters. If you want to hear more details of this, check out these videos by YouTuber Box and Sparrow, Box/Sparrow. That must feel horrible not being able to enjoy something he once held near and dear to his heart. And I think I spoke to Sonic93 or vice versa about Sparrow. I think something happened to them. I'm not sure. I think I tried to click on the links before. If I click on the links and they work and they lead to a video that's available, I'll probably make a video on my thoughts or whatever. But this, I'm focused on Yoshi One right now. If anyone reading this has a bad connotation with something you love, like in Brandon's case, Sonic, try to think about the good times you've had and might have in the future with that something. That's true. Not every time you've had with a certain thing will always be fun and happy. So my advice is more or less to take the good with the bad. You know what I mean? To conclude, I hope my advice helps Brandon if he sees this, and anyone else who feels a similar way about something they enjoy too. So I want to say this right now. Um, I'm gonna look into this. I've seen the video before, but I want to look back and see if I missed anything. But I like how, at least here, if nowhere else, but at least here, OBD did not try to rip and tear on Sonic93 and blame her for everything. Or I like how they didn't do it to Amy Chan either. They were like just stating what they saw or think they saw and trying to reach out. Compared to this comment right here, though, Mary Angel 04. OBD made a comment that was more sensible than this. I'm sorry, but I have to point it out. Because she starts with, although he did a lot of dumb things in the past, I feel sorry for what he had to go through after the rant was over. It's like, is this confirmed? Is this confirmed? Is there anybody who has evidence or like screenshots of what Brandon said, what Yoshi once said in regards to the situation? You know, sometimes I wonder why did Sonic93 attack a person with Asperger's and acted like a cyberbully to him. It's like, okay, you say Amy Chan is forgiven because she learned her lesson and moved. It's like, how did she move on? How did she learn her lesson? But Ruth in the Sonic 3, to be honest, when I first heard about her, I thought she had quite interesting videos. But when she became so much obsessed with Silver, this has nothing to do with YoshiWii 1. I felt so confused. I wasn't sure what to think of. It's like, how was she obsessed with Silver? Oh, you've seen the videos. She talks about Silver, and she keeps acting like he's her husband. It's like, that's not telling me shit. All you're doing is ripping on someone who has a comical, romantic, whatever you want to call it, but shouldn't like try to canonize it, relationship with a character she knows it's not real. You've seen people fangirling or fanboying over whatever, but you don't see her wishing that Silver was real. This stuff is like a fucking disease, Murray. Like, stop. I know this is back in 2022, 2 years ago, but get it out of your thick skull. Stop thinking this. Jeez. I felt so confused. I wasn't sure what to think about. I'm confused about what to think about people. Okay, I'll get to the end. All in all, I didn't even bother to join this drama. Good thing. Simply because I can't create YouTube videos and I had different things in my mind back then. Let's just hope Brandon recovers and Ruth quits being so obsessed with her fictional crush on fanatic levels. Otherwise, she'll end up like Paul and Amy. This is just a grudge from you. It is a grudge. I don't know if you have it now, but it's you sitting there hopping on her for having a fictional crush, either because YoshiWii 1 have one on Amy, or are you just picking at her? Regardless. Though on one hand, there is nothing bad having a crush on a fictional character. You say that. But one must remember to control themselves and to never forget the difference between fiction and reality. It's like, you're not really sympathizing with Ruth. If she really had a fictional crush that strong, why aren't you saying something like, oh, I hope that Ruth will be okay because what she did, what I heard she did or whatever was, hey, that was disastrous. I hope she realizes the damage she did, because I really feel like she didn't know what she was doing and it could really affect her life, and that's not what I want, or something like that. But no, you're not being neutral. You're being like one-sided. The accusations really need to stop, especially when they're like, oh, Silver, Silver, Silver. It is not your place, Mary, or anybody else. No, shut the fuck up. If you even do say something eventually, it is not our place, to be honest, to say this kind of shit about people, as it wasn't really their place to say these kind of things if that's what they said in the video. Because I'm going to check to see if I missed anything, because I've seen it before. I'm going to check. And I'm going to be an example of what a lot of people could have been saying instead of this. Dante, man, 2001 said, I really pity him. Damn. And this is the thing. I have sympathy for YoshiWii 1. But I also have sympathy for Amy-Chan and Sonic93. Especially Sonic93. And the thing is, a lot of people out like they can't have sympathy for Sonic93. Oh, because she did this. She did this. She did. It's like a lot of people don't understand what they did wrong if they in fact did something wrong. And then you treat her like, oh, she doesn't want to understand. It's like, did you ask her? You went by hearsay. So let's do this. Right here, just in case, there's a description right here. Amy-Chan, I'll say this again. Amy-Chan cannot disown these videos. She cannot. The proper way of saying is Amy-Chan has since apologized, if you want to say that, and even then, where are her apology videos? Amy-Chan has never disowned this video until she comes out and actually gives evidence on what happened and tells her part of the story instead of slandering or letting people slander Sonic93. Because either there's more details that I missed in regards to Sonic93 and Amy-Chan, which Amy could also take the first step to tell, or Amy is hiding things. If Sonic93 is not hiding things, then Amy's hiding something. If Sonic93 is hiding something, Amy's still hiding something, because you're not giving all the details regardless. Let's do it.
this is Sonic93 speaking, and this is another personal rant about a person from DeviantArt.
You may know this guy from the videos made by Liz Neek and Matioska Rai, aka Angel. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, you guys. If you haven't, I really recommend checking them both out. But for those who don't know, this guy is YoshiWii 1, also known as the biggest Sunami fan brat I have ever seen. And trust me, I've seen a lot of them. This guy is completely obsessed with the pairing of Sonic the Hedgehog and Amy Rose, and just the character Amy Rose herself, so much to the point where it's really unhealthy, bashes people who happen to not like the pairing, and hates the Archie comics and Sally Acorn with a passion just because of Sunami. Not only that, but according to Yoshi, if you don't like this pairing, then you're not a true Sonic fan. And people like this guy are the reason why I don't care about Sonic couples.
Okay, I think I missed that part before. Amy saying that YoshiWii 1 is the reason why she doesn't like Sonic couples. It's like, all right, so someone is so cringy to you that you don't like couples in the Sonic universe anymore. And it's like, okay, I understand they could probably give you a bad taste, but did you at first? And I don't remember if Sonic93 told me already. If you're around Sonic93, please reach out to me. Um, I don't know if she told me if Yoshi One like if they knew that Yoshi One had Asperger's or not, like at the time of the rant. It just sounds kind of unfair right now from what I'm hearing.
He also goes too far liking Sunami that he compares it to religion, since he's pretty much a Christian. Because he keeps saying that people are in denial of Sunami being canon, that he has to use his own belief as a comparison, which is pretty creepy and scary.
You notice that Amy-Chan's the one that called him a fan brat, so I'm gonna keep my like an eye out for hearing Sign 93.
And this is coming from a Tsunami fan myself. You guys might know this already, but I love Tsunami, and I want Tsunami to happen as much as Yoshi does. But the thing is, the way he keeps shoving this pairing down to people's throats, forcing them to like Tsunami, even though he has said countless of times that he respects that people don't support the pairing or that they don't have to support it.
She said, well, here's the thing. Despite Sonic93 calling out Yoshi One, she did sympathize, especially with how she was saying as I think as much as she would like the son Amy pairing to happen, like Yoshi One. So there was that. She did reflect on what Yoshi One is as a fan, a Son Amy fan.
An example of his butthurtness would be at this anti-Tsunami group.
Notice how Amy-Chan is being not direct, but just ripping on him, whereas Sonic93 is talking and using perspectives. She acknowledges something that Yoshi One treasures, despite calling him out.
Now the people in this group never did anything to him, never attacked him for being a Tsunami fan, nothing like that. But since they don't like this pairing, Yoshi just came in out of nowhere, saying that they need to grow up and stop hating on my Tsunami. By the way, some of the things he says in this comment, be prepared to hear this many times, because this guy repeats himself a lot. Boy, it's gonna be fun for me reading these things.
Are you guys gonna start growing up? Hating on something is not gonna get you anywhere in life. If you dislike Tsunami, just let it go. Making a hate group is gonna make you guys look immature and ignorant. I don't like Justin Bieber, but I am not gonna make a hate group on him just because I don't like him. Same thing with Miley Cyrus. I am not going to make a hate group just because I don't like her. So if you don't like what Sega has done with Tsunami, too bad. Deal with it. If you don't like what Sega does, I guess you're not a Sonic fan. I am sorry to say that.
Well, look at
Here's my thing too. When I first watched this video, I think I was just like confused and like, what the fuck? But that's the thing. This was before I heard the Paul and Amy shit in the video. I'm like, YoshiWii's doing this stuff. It's like, okay, that is definitely unsettling. I thought different in YoshiWii. I'm admitting it. Yes, I did. A lot of people who were attacking Sonic93 or anybody possibly attacking Amy-Chan, they probably wouldn't admit it. And some people probably will. But that's the thing. A lot of people won't admit it. And it's really an issue. It's like, oh, tell that to Sonic93. It's like, stop. I talked to her. You goons don't want her to talk. You want to keep spreading the truth without her saying anything.
Say that?
Well, look at that, guys. If anyone watching this isn't a Sanemi fan, then that means you're not a Sonic fan. Well, I mean, I play the games and read the comics, but I guess I'm still not a fan because I don't like Sanemi. Wonderful logic there, Yoshi. The CEO owner of this group, Sonic Bandicoot, commented to this idiot, pretty much having the same reaction.
That wasn't even really fair for you to say that. If you knew he had like Asperger's, you don't even need to call him an idiot, considering that he was seeing things differently when it came to Sonic Amy. And it's not even just about him having Asperger's, because not every person with Asperger's is like that. Whereas they have a deep crush on a character. No, it's just basically like probably a factor into this. But other than that, YoshiWii 1, he saw things different because probably his personality and what he was going through.
As I did, but then he brought up two good points. Regardless, would you consider a Mario fan one if they liked Mario Peach or not? Seriously, that's obviously canon. But maybe some people like Mario with Daisy or Rosalina. I don't know what's your problem with people liking other things, but if you don't like something, like this group, then why the hell are you even here? Go to a Sanemi lovers group or something. Make better use of your time instead of being so butthurt. Good question there. So, Yoshi, you obviously saw that this was an anti-Sanemi group, so why did you come here?
That's your loss if you don't accept the facts, but gonna have to leave with what Sega decided? You really think I am that stupid?
Yes.
I only saw...
You did that, Amy. So why should Sonic93 have to remember these and not you? You disown these videos. You're basically saying, okay, I apologize, and hey, let's look up. Okay, I'm gonna look up disown on my phone. It doesn't matter. And I'm just gonna say once and for all, disown. And y'all can look it up, whoever's watching this. Look it up and see what. I refuse to acknowledge or maintain any connection. So basically, you're refusing to take responsibility. People saying Amy-Chan apologize, that doesn't mean squat because first of all, you're not apologizing in public. You're not taking responsibility. Because the thing is, how do other people know? How do other people know your apologies are sincere? How do they know it happened? Amy-Chan. You cannot disown these videos until you actually acknowledge what you did to Sonic93, and if she did something to you, help her acknowledge it. Because there are missing puzzle pieces. I'm not saying she did something to you. I'm saying if there is something she did to you, you have to prove it.
This group because I noticed that one of my favorites, which was an Amy pick, was associated with this group. I was like, why is this associated with this group? So I was curious and clicked on here, but really just deal with it, saying that Sega made up their minds. Archie made up their minds with Sonali. I don't like it, but I accept that they choose Sonic and Sally to be together.
Oh, excuses. Of course. But let's say that did happen, okay? You just happened to click on it because... I don't know. So if that was the case, why did you even comment on it? Answer me that one. Oh, and I like how he didn't answer the Mario Peach question. Typical. Here comes one of these long responses that Yoshi seems to like doing. Here we go.
Only said that because if you hate what Sega does, the creators decide themselves. You're not a Sonic fan, so Amy was canon and will always be.
Oh, fuck me. I forgot about this part. And my opinion is different now. At first, I think I was either laughing or I was just like, what the hell? But now it just makes me think of people who do videos on Sonic93, like Alduin. You're speeding up what he's saying, and it's like, this isn't really a rant series right here. This isn't even really an analysis. It's just you dunking on YoshiWii 1. And I noticed, at least for now, while I'm revisiting this, that Sonic93 was going in depth with what's there, and you're just donking him, Amy-Chan.
If Amy was really not Sonic's girlfriend, she wouldn't exist at all. Think about that. Can't you even tell that Amy was meant for Sonic? She hasn't even been around longer than Knuckles has. I can understand that Sonic fans for not liking the comics or the cartoons, but what the actual is what Sega decided to do with the games? That means somebody needs to sound like Amy, but they basically did.
Also, who put that there?
Right? Before Amy appeared in the games, she was a certain Sonic man that was she was Sonic's girlfriend.
Well,
I don't know if she said in the games, so they put her in there. That doesn't include that. If you put her in the cartoons, but Amy was not right, Sonic fans are very mad at Amy. Why didn't you ask her to do that? That's not even very nice to her. At the end of the day,
And just to let you know, I did not go after YoshiWii 1. Contrary to what I said, I did not go after him. I did not gossip about him, so do not bring me into the mix as someone that offended him. I did nothing to him. The only thing I did was not take this seriously until up into the next Paul and Amy thing, and then I had a different look, and I'm thinking, hey, Amy-Chan didn't treat him right, and I'm wondering, like, them both doing the video, was it even worth it? And I'm looking to see what Sonic93 did. And if she did something, I'm going to point it out. Come on.
Oh man, I'm out of breath. But, Yoshi, there's only one thing I can say to this. Who cares?
Forget that.
These characters are not real. Why did you write all of this, squeezing in every little detail you could think of, to a group that doesn't even like the pairing? Goodness, Yoshi, you're wasting your time with this. What are you trying to get out of this? You're not going to make these people change their minds about it. I mean, if anything, you're going to make them hate it even more. So, yeah, you just wasted maybe a good 10 minutes typing all this for nothing. Mission accomplished? More examples of his butthurtness happened on this.
Come on.
This is a fake Tsunami stamp that was done just for a joke.
Geez.
And was
just to let you know, this was before, supposedly before Gmod and Amy-Chan got into a relationship. Right here. Amy-Chan, if you disown this, wouldn't that mean Gmod disowns what he did to YoshiWii 1? In one of my other videos, I called Gmod out, as well as calling you out again. Like I said, you cannot disown, really, because you enabled.
Was also a request. Yoshi, however, had a big hissy fit over this just because it tricked him into thinking that this was an actual stamp for the couple, claiming that this was breaking the rules of DA and that it would provoke other Tsunami fans. Let me tell you something.
And there's the issue with this. I'm gonna put the video, I'm gonna put the title of the video in my my description to point out where the proof against Gmod and Amy is, but mainly Gmod, because Amy-Chan did not include the screenshots here. I included the screenshots, even though I made a very much later video.
Something full. This was a comment I found on the same thing you got all butthurt over. A big Tsunami fan who got a laugh out of this and was smart enough to know that this was just a joke. Meanwhile, you're over here going, "This is against the rules."
Again, when you have Asperger's, you see things in a very different way, but that's not the only thing, because technically we all see things differently. is just, to me, having a disability, like a developmental disability. Well, I shouldn't even call it disability. Having a developmental factor. It's like you're basically have a huge perk in one major area or a few, and you have lower perks in other areas. You have like a special, like a an increase. People say it's a gift, but everyone has a gift. But really, YoshiWii One has obstacles, despite being very intelligent, from what I understand. Obstacles that cause him to steer in a very different direction. And the way you're doing this here, Amy-Chan, again, fuck what you say about disowning this. You didn't go into detail, and you didn't give a proper apology if you even did apologize to him, because you enabled shit to go on.
And not only that, but apparently from what I saw in the comments, Yoshi had made a journal about this to warn other Tsunami fans to not look at this, although he had removed it. Let me read some of the things this guy had said in here. Listen, it's a joke. It's all fun and games. Laugh it off and get on with your day or night. It's not like one GIF is going to completely destroy and overpower every other piece of artwork out there.
You don't realize that is breaking the rules by posting fake deviations to fool other users.
Go look around DeviantArt on April Fool's Day. Stuff like this is posted all over. Why can't we be able to post it on a regular day? Besides, this is literally the only thing he has made that isn't true to the title.
That's why I reported it in the first place, because he misleading title and thumbnail. They were...
Okay, just to say, I meant that there's a lot in my screenshots that she didn't have. It's not the same. It's probably the same page like here, but it's not the same comments I have, at least mostly. Just to clarify and correct myself, just in case.
Doing this to intentionally provoke users.
He was doing it intentionally to make people laugh. I know you find it difficult to laugh at the flaws of your OTP, and that's something that you really need to change in order to gain respect. I have never seen a rule anywhere stating you aren't allowed to do this. So what in the world are you going to file this report under? The "it hurt my feelings because I can't stand people poking fun of us shipping"? Why couldn't you have been like one of the mature Tsunami fans? We wouldn't be discussing this if you were.
You're not understanding that even though I respect that you don't like it, you still do not make misleading deviations on anything, because it is considered trolling, and trolling is prohibited on here. I may dislike certain things, and I will not troll anyone who likes it, because I don't want them to be hurt by it, because I want to treat others the way I want to be treated.
So you want to be treated like a douchebag?
I know that there are really sensitive people out there, and I don't want to troll them because that is wrong.
You might not do it, but every couple, character, game, and more get made fun of. It's something that you won't be able to stop because of that person's opinions. On the internet, you just learn to laugh at the trolls, not feed them, and make it worse. The trolling my friends did is the funny kind and isn't bad at all.
Then why didn't you say that it was friendly trolling? I took as for real trolling. Another thing is that I can't help my sensitivity because of my Asperger's. I am much more vulnerable to get upset or offended easily than other people. Tell your friends that. I also suffer from anxiety and depression.
You know, I don't like that. This video should not have been, well, here's my thing. It's not really the video itself, but if you take a listen, if you bother to listen, Amy-Chan is donking on YoshiWii 1 relentlessly. Sonic93 is not even talking as much. I'm pointing this out. I don't like that. You hear him say he suffers from depression and anxiety. That's taking it too far right here, Amy-Chan. I think both of you should have stopped right then. But Amy-Chan, based on what Sonic93 told me, she didn't realize you were taking it too far. until I told her. Or at least until something happened between you two. But when I pointed out other things, she realized it even more.
Yeah, what are they gonna do? Take it down? Don't get all butthurt about it, bro. Just because someone is not a pro Amy lover like you doesn't mean you have to get all butthurt about it. Just by you even commenting here, and the fact that you said you were going to report it, makes you look like a very ridiculous, immature kid. Don't like, don't comment. Common sense.
I noted you. Anything you say and do will be used against you in a court of law.
Who are you, a lawyer? For real. Look, dude, I have nothing against your OTP personally. I'm just saying don't get crabby about it because it isn't his favorite ship.
Did you forget that the Dark Ray suffers from anxiety and depression to the point that you could have been lighter with him and didn't do all this shit, Amy?
And I'm also asking, if you didn't like the thing anyway, why are you even here commenting? Why are you even here if you don't like it? That's all I'm asking.
Because I thought it was a real Amy deviation, but I was misled. That is the reason why I reported it.
Do you know that this was only a joke, though? No one is complaining except you. The only reason why this would be spam or them taking this down is if the image was something like a screenshot image of someone's email or chat room. But the preview image was some glorious-looking art piece. That is what they mean by spam. This was only a joke and not spam at all.
Still, you can't do that on here because that is trolling other users.
It's a joke. You can do it. It's not physically harming anyone, is it? People do this all the time on April Fools and they don't get reported.
He probably doesn't see it the same way. Again, like, when it comes to people who have, like, certain, they have certain developmental factors, they may not grasp something, while in other areas they may grasp something very well compared to people who are in the middle of the spectrum, like a lot of us.
So why is this any different?
Because you're doing it to intentionally provoke other users, that's why.
It's a joke.
You still do not make misleading deviations, no matter what, on anything. That is considered trolling.
Ugh, this guy, man. This guy. And that's not all. Yoshi came back on the very same day to apologize for his overreacting.
Look, I am sorry I overreacted, okay? The only reason why I reported this was because of the false title and thumbnail. I would have done the same thing on anything else, but I realized now that this is not the case with this. This was a harmless joke and it wasn't for real trolling. If you are wondering why I submitted the journal to other Sonic groups, it was to warn them about this deviation being misleading to fool other users. I respect that you don't like Amy, but you need to respect that people do, okay?
If this is the Gmod section still, the thing about Gmod, you probably didn't know at the time Amy-Chan because you probably weren't with him especially, but the guy was baiting YoshiWii and other Amy fans, even though he admitted that he was a Amy fan before, but it's like, I got it in my other video. Again, it's going to be in the description under here. Like, I think YoshiWii came back because he felt, in my opinion, this is speculation, not a fact, speculation coming from me. He felt bad for what he did, but at the same time, he's holding on to what he felt was not right. And with Gmod, it was misleading because he did it deliberately. Gmod, your boyfriend, your now boyfriend.
You just now realize this was a joke? Even though you had more than one person say this to you? But of course, you didn't listen to them. But the person who made this was very reasonable with Yoshi. He even said that he actually likes Amy, but this was only meant to be an innocent joke and a request for someone else. They had a short conversation, then right out of the blue...
Yeah, I had seen that too. So you really want me to explain why I support Amy?
Stop, 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 stop. Just... no. I don't even think I need to bother with what he said afterwards. I would just end up repeating myself. But, dude, let me just say something to you about this. Just look at your behavior you did here. This wasn't even something that someone couldn't be offended by. All it is Sonic and Amy laughing together. And you threw a big tantrum about that, and that's why you reported this? Just by the two of them laughing? It could have been much worse, you know. I've seen pictures of Sonic killing or attacking Amy. But no! You be a big baby over them laughing together. And you blaming your anxiety and depression? No. You don't do that. That really ticks me off when I see people do this crap. Listen to me, boy. I have anxiety. I've been through depression before. And I have never used these problems of mine as an excuse to get away with something I did wrong, especially not for a fictional couple with two hedgehogs. Not only do you make Tsunami fans look bad, but now you're making people with disorders look bad.
This is the thing with this Amy-Chan, the whole like people blaming their anxiety and depression. I don't like it either, but at the same time, I don't hold it against everybody who may do it, because some people, they may do it because it's to the point. It's like, I have depression, I have anxiety, and I don't know what's going on with me. I just feel the urge to beat up on something. I don't want to do it. Help me. And then they beat up on somebody by saying, you're this, you're that. It's like, frick, I wish I wasn't so upset. I want to control myself. It's like, it depends. It really depends. I get it when it comes to YoshiWii 1, but at the same time, I think you went way too harsh on him. Wait, not harsh, hard. I think you were just harsh on him, period. In some cases. Not everything, but I don't know how to say it. Like, you're trying, in one way, you're trying to be kind and point out things in the video, but at the same time, you're getting trigger happy with calling him out to the point of just roasting him and not taking him seriously and just making a joke out of him. It's like, which one is it?
Wonderful.
You know, this guy is so protective of the pairing, or his profile for that matter, that he constantly say, if you don't like what you see, don't look, don't show me, you'll be reported, I will block you, and so on. And he keeps saying things like, I'm not going to pay attention to the things that I hate, so why should you with me? But the thing is, Yoshi, if that's the case, why did you even bother going after the anti-club of a pairing that you love just to say, stop harassing Amy, Amy's not his girlfriend, you need to accept it, although you keep claiming that hating something is pointless and it will not go anywhere in your life.
I get that she mocked him. I get that it was years ago. I think the mocking part, even though we could do that, I'm not saying we have the right to. I'm saying we can do that with anyone. And in cases it'll be wrong. I think because it's a rant series, Sonic93 and Amy-Chan calling out somebody, they're so used to their profession that they did things they would usually do in their rant series without realizing where the boundary should have been set. And that's what I'm saying with Sonic93 when it came to like mocking YoshiWii 1, but it's like I don't view that as like the worst thing in the world. I just view it as something that wasn't really cool. I know she didn't do it out of malice. I know Sonic93 didn't do any of that out of malice right there, but I don't think it was cool still. I didn't say it to her before, but I'm saying it now. When it comes to Amy-Chan, again, you notice that she's doing most of the talking, and she's the heavy hitter, not Sonic93.
Funny thing is, when you say that is, what about your typical huge hate for the Archie comic, the pairing of Sonic and Sally herself? You're wasting your time, apparently, reading the comic just to get butthurt that there's no Sun Amy in there and there's Sonali instead, and because of your fair-body attitude and unhealthy obsession with the couple, you gotta state lies about Ian Flynn, the writer of the comic, by saying he doesn't care about Sun Amy fans or Amy fans, he's a Sonali worshipper. And the worst lie you ever said about him is that he's worse than Michael Bay. Like, are you serious? Because of your dedication to the pairing, you officially offended me as a Tsunami fan and a Rose fan myself. And just because I'm not acting fanbuddy about my favorite pairing and characters you do, doesn't mean I'm not a true Sonic fan, as you always say when people either don't agree with you, even if they like Amy or not. It's sad, really. I mean, the first impression I got from him was that he was a Tsunami fan and an Amy Rose fanboy. I was glad to see that because I don't see many Amy Rose fanboys, and I was happy to see that there's more of them. But it seems like he's more into the pairing than the character herself. I could be wrong though, because he has stated on his top hottest girl list that he wants a girl like Amy, Sonic's blessed to have her, and so on. But yeah, since he keeps saying that Amy's only made to be Sonic's girlfriend and nothing else, it seems like he's not the Amy Rose fanboy I thought he was, and that's kind of disappointing. By the way, Yoshi, when you keep saying that along with they want a non-typical boyfriend-girlfriend relationship to make it more interesting and funny, you're making it sound like they're an official couple and they're together. But really, if that's how you see it, do you really think a boyfriend would act like he hates his girlfriend, or keep running away from her, or keep acting all uncomfortable and nervous around her presence, and keep acting like he wants to stay away from her? Not to offend any Sonic fangirls out there or anything, but he'd be the worst boyfriend ever. And you might say this as an argument. He's just teasing her or being shy. At some point, I can agree with you, at least on the shy part. But teasing? After all this time I've seen Sonic interacting with Amy, I never thought he's teasing her. More trying to avoid her because he's shy, but never teasing.
The thing about Sonic93 right now, what I'm looking at and what I'm hearing and what I'm remembering, she's being conventional in regards to calling out YoshiWii, but instead of like calling him out like bare bones or whatever, if I said it right, it's like she's being the reasoning type person. Even if people say this video is just a whole big mistake, you gotta think about how Sonic93 approached YoshiWii versus Amy-Chan. Again, she cannot disown what she did not truly apologize over. And I say that because where's the public video? Where's the proof? And I know I'm going to say this in another video. I'm going to point out something. The evidence is not, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The absence of the evidence is not the evidence of the absence. Meaning, if you heard it in Boondocks, you know what character I got it from, even if it's a common quote in his own way. Gen Rummy. So, what I'm saying is, just because I'm saying that Amy-Chan didn't apologize or whatever, doesn't mean she didn't apologize, but it's suggesting that she didn't apologize, or maybe she did apologize, but I just don't know about. But hey, she said she apologized. People are saying she apologized, but how did she apologize? That's the issue. I'm saying she didn't give a proper apology, because otherwise this shit would have, died out. And if I was Amy-Chan, I would have told people to leave Ruth alone. If you don't like what she did, leave it between her and me. You're only going to hurt her, and you're going to end up hurting me, because people are making me look like the bully, and people are making her look worse than however I called her out.
I can't really imagine Sonic being this typical teasing guy just because he likes a girl and she's trying to make it sound like. And another thing he does to defend Amy is that not only does he compare the couple to his religion, which is bad enough, but he also compares it to a very old cartoon show back in the 90s called Hey Arnold. Because there's a girl called Helga who loves Arnold, but whenever he's around, she acts like she hates him and basically bullies him just so people will suspect that she likes him. But when he's not around, she exposes her love for him by herself and feels horrible for what she's done to him and stuff. So tell me, people, does it sound like that's what Sonic does with Amy? It's not even close to that! Yoshi, if you want to defend Amy, at least do it right! The show is so irrelevant to the pairing, and there's no similarities. Helga's not cocky. Sonic's not bullying Amy. Arnold thinks Helga hates him. Amy just thinks Sonic's being shy. The list goes on. You know when I said it's kind of disappointing that he's not the Amy Rose fanboy I thought he was? Well, unfortunately, he's just proving me more that not only is he more focused on the pairing, how Amy treats Sonic, and makes it so clear about how he thinks he's so lucky to have her, he also shows that he's very shallow to her as well. For an example, I've never seen Yoshi drawn Amy with her original design. He makes her have longer hair and have cleavage, like he shapes her into something he wants her to look like. At first, I was thinking, okay, that's his own style of her. But when I saw a comment that someone gave to him, a compliment about a picture of her that he made, he said this: "Thanks, I wanted her to have really beautiful hair. I wanted her to be the most beautiful anthropomorphic woman in the world." But wait a minute. If you claim that you love a character or a person so much, you wouldn't want to change them, right? You'd love them for who they are. But Yoshi makes Amy have cleavage, her dress shorter and longer hair, and he claims that he wants her to make her the most beautiful anthropomorphic woman in the world. So Yoshi, you're telling me that you don't love how Sega made Amy originally? It's kind of funny that you say if people don't like what Sega does, which is Amy anyways, they're not a true Sonic fan. But isn't it kind of the same thing with you? When you're changing Amy's design into something you want her to look like. So really, you don't love Amy for who she is. You only love her the fact how she's so affectionate to Sonic. Now you might be thinking, there's nothing wrong liking a character for the traits. Okay, I can understand that argument. I can even agree with it. But let me just show you something else about this guy that proves my statement even more. You might have seen a lot of people making this my top 10 hottest female or male characters and stuff. Well, no surprise, Yoshi did one too. I don't see a problem with that. But the problem is some of the characters he put in there and the descriptions he put for them. I'm not gonna read the whole thing he typed because, no offense, Yoshi, but most of the things you typed in the description is completely irrelevant to what you think of the characters, and you go off topic way too often by mostly talking about yourself.
I don't know, and this is just me telling a stupid joke at the moment. I don't know how potty mouth Amy-Chan is, like if she has a sailor mouth like me, depending on the circumstance. I don't always have a sailor mouth, but Ruth slash Sonic93 on a regular basis does not have a sailor mouth like me. And my thing is, she's not displaying it here, at least for now. I'm still looking. I'm still waiting to see when it comes to what OBD said and what Marie said. If these things are true, even though I've seen it, I'm looking back to see if I miss anything.
So I'm just gonna read his opinions about the characters. Okay, so the very first one he typed was Blaze the Cat. For him, she's on 10th place. Okay, no big deal. Here's what he said about her. For my verdict on Blaze, I would have to say she definitely is attractive and has good looking eyes. I'm thinking those high heels too. So, Yoshi, in the unnecessary part of the description, did you make it clear that you played Sonic Rush and Rush Adventure when Blaze is the main character in those games? So let me ask you something. Haven't you noticed a thing about how she is as a person? How she acts towards other people? Didn't you find anything likable about that? Are you just paying attention to her due to the fact that she's a purple cat lady with flames? And the reason why I say that is that I keep seeing Blaze fanboys only liking her because of those reasons. So I wouldn't be surprised if he felt the same way about her. Okay, the next one is warning. Contains some hints of Yoshi showing herself being a creeper. Jane Red from the Arthur series. Doesn't that sound bad enough for him to put a mom as one of the hottest girls on his lists? Oh, but wait, it gets worse what he said about her in the description. Okay, guys, I'm gonna read it right now, and I'm just gonna warn you that I might stutter a lot and sound, creeped out because of the description, so I really apologize for that. Anyway, here goes. Let's see about what I think of Jane. She is one of the hottest cartoon moms out there. She had 3 kids and she still has her figure. Those jeans she wears really bring out her curves. If you have ever seen the episode All Worked Up, she gets her haircut in the episode and she looks really good with that haircut. Arthur's Lucky's got a hot mama.
I understand how people may have a thing for fictional characters who have mothers that they find attractive or dads who they find attractive I just don't really know much of what to say at the moment. And it's not because it's Sonic93 talking right now. I'm not being biased. I'm really thinking about what she's saying and what YoshiWii has said in that writing. But I like how she didn't sit there and mock YoshiWii with that little voice or whatever, like, my name is Voice Changer Max, and I get to do the voice style to everybody I come across. No, you ain't gonna do my voice. Me making fun of myself, but yeah, whatever.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, you guys. I think I'm more calm now. I think I can go on with this rant. Let me just regain myself a little bit. Okay, here goes. Yoshi, first of all, I don't think a normal kid would consider himself lucky to have a hot baba, especially if they're 8 years old. Secondly, again, you don't pay attention to her personality. You only pay attention to her body. It's worse to consider a mom to be hot than a girl around your age. Seriously,
Yeah.
Yoshi, try to find girls attractive that are more legit, appropriate, and in your age. Especially
Yeah.
if you like the fact that she was in the shower, which shows more of how inappropriate you're being right now for putting her in the list. Next up is Lola Bunny from Space Jam. What he said about her wasn't really surprising. He just said typical things about her. He said this: what I think of Lola, was so hot in her first appearance, but in Looney Tunes show, they tuned her down a bit, but she's still cute. I guess she was too sexy for kids. Yoshi, when are you gonna pay more attention to the personality and not just the looks? Ugh! I find it kind of more shallow that he said Bugs was lucky that he got kissed by Lola, and he wished he was him when she suggestively said, "Don't ever call me doll" to him. Now, Yoshi, do you really think you deserve Amy Rose from what you just said? Sounds like you want every girl to like you and not just her. Besides, I think she's better off liking Sonic instead of you. Next up, Kate.
I get why you said that, Rose. It's like, that was like, how do I put this? I get that was a roast, and you didn't intentionally hurt him if you hurt him with that, but it's like I wouldn't have said it myself. But again, it was back in 2014. You and Amy, from what I understand, didn't know any better. Except you did tell me, Ruth, that Amy-Chan was being irresponsible and wasn't doing everything on purpose. So I should lighten up when it comes to Amy.
For the My Little Pony series. Of course, he started off with saying how beautiful he thinks she looks like, but then it went a bit better when he finally explained about her personality. But sadly, it didn't last for long because of what he said at the very ending of the description. Now for Cadence, I would say she's the most beautiful princess in Equestria. I really love her mane. It's so pretty. Blush. I also like her eyes too. Not to mention that she's also very loving and kind. I actually blush a bit whenever Twilight and her do the little shake dance. So, it sounds like you find it attractive that two ponies, non-anthro ones, do an innocent little shake dance? For me, it sounds like I just spotted another clopper. Because, really, what is so blushing about two cute maid ponies do a little shake dance together? Oh, maybe it's because the fact that their butts are shaking. Yoshi, you're not just being creepy by finding a mom hot, but you also find cartoony ponies from a show intended for little girls hot? Again, dude, trying to find girls attractive that are legit.
Just me traveling through my mind in regards to perspectives. If I was you, YoshiWii, if I did everything you did, but had my own emotions, I don't know how exactly I would have felt with Sonic93 and Nakai like calling me out. I probably would have felt scared. I wouldn't have been like angry. I'm not saying you shouldn't have been angry if you weren't or were. I'm just saying me. I probably would have beaten myself up. I probably would have thought I did something wrong, or I would have known that I've done something wrong eventually, and thought I've done worse. I would have sheltered myself, and the reason why I say this is because I'm like, okay, so I didn't realize that I was being really this inappropriate if I were. And people see me on the internet now. This video is right here where Amy-Chan and Sonic93 called me out, and then come to find out if I'm somebody with Asperger's or any type of developmentalness, then people who go to my school or go to my college or wherever, they're going to see this because they made this video. So it's like I can see where people are coming from with this. But when it comes down to what Sonic93 and Amy-Chan did, was Sonic93 like wrong in any way? Let's put it this way. They both made mistakes with this. But the one who came off as problematic was not Sonic93. It was Amy-Chan. She was the heavy hitter, and people are blaming Sonic93 for what Amy did. They both did the video together, but you keep blaming Sonic93 because you want to blame her. Again, when someone disowns something, they don't disown it unless they really own up. And Amy-Chan did not own up. There's a lot that you enabled when it came to this drama. People harassing Sonic93. That's you. You're not the only one who enabled it. And then people are probably going after you because someone is using you, Amy. This is why you and Sonic93 should work together, if you can, to help stop this. For your sakes and everybody else's, but mainly your sakes. Mainly Sonic93's sakes. Because you are the enabler. Sonic93 didn't enable.
Guys, this next one is
geez.
really, really disturbing. Here we go.
I had to put her on this list somehow. Rarity is gorgeous. I can see why Spike has such a huge crush on her, because she is so pretty. I started liking Rarity after seeing many season 1 and 2 episodes of her. I am not afraid to admit this, but Rarity is a really interesting character. But I'm not going to explain how, because why would I, right? I actually want to see more episodes of Rarity in season 5. I know you guys are thinking that I just like Rarity because I feel bad for her. That's not the case. I like her because she is really interesting. But again, I'm still not going to say why. She does care about other people's appearances, which is a good thing.
Hold on. How is caring about other people's appearances a good thing? How is it? Never mind, let's get back to this.
She would tell me that I need to get a haircut, but she wouldn't be mean about it. She would just give constructive criticism. Heck, she might even cut my hair herself. I would want her to. Oh yeah. Come here, little horsey. She would also make a nice suit for me since she is a great designer. I wonder what it would be like if she had her own DeviantArt account and posted her designer dresses on here. I bet you she would get millions of views.
Okay. This guy is cuckoo. What?
She just said that. Not Sonic93. Amy-Chan said that. And please bear with me. I'm going to see what Sonic93 has said, if any of it, that you're calling her out for. Any of you. And stop calling her out, please. This is 2014 right here.
What do you guys think so far? Oh, but wait. It gets worse.
So you're probably asking me, what is my favorite Rarity episode? I have to say Secret of My In this episode, it shows that Rarity actually does accept Spike's affection despite him being a baby dragon and a child. If you ask me, I support Sparity as a cute crush, like a big sister and little brother relationship. So for Rarity's hotness, she is the most sexiest pony in Equestria without a doubt. Take a look at the picture I used. She was so smoking in that outfit. Rarity is a lot sexier in clothes. Same goes for all the ponies. You know something? If you were to look up human Rarity pics or anthro pics of her, she looks like my mother. And a lot of people say my mom is hot.
Oh my word. What? You're comparing a cartoon horse that you find sexy to your own mother?
This is another reason why I say Amy-Chan can't disown these videos unless she comes forward and apologizes legitimately. Because first of all, Amy-Chan, if you even hear my video, if you hear it, you're not telling these people to stop uploading these videos, are you? You know, if you are in fact innocent, Amy-Chan, which you're not, you would tell them that. You would say, hey, please stop uploading these videos. This is going to remind people what happened. But you folks out there are probably like, oh, it's okay. Amy-Chan says she disowned these videos. There's a lot of people who would beg to differ. It's still going to hurt her one way or another. I know this. I know this is going to hurt Amy as much as it'll probably hurt Sonic93, if not worse. I'm thinking about both of them. I'm not just thinking about Ruth. I'm thinking about Ruth and Amy-Chan. Even though, you know, deep down, Amy did not tell you the truth. If Sonic93 didn't tell me the truth, guess what? That would make both of them. Amy, by default, would not be innocent.
What is wrong with you, man? I have no words, you guys. I have never seen anyone say that they would accept if their mom was a MILF.
Yeah, see, this is the thing right here. You people who still spreading that narrative that Sonic93 traumatized YoshiWii, either you have the evidence, either he said it himself, or shut the fuck up and stop making these narratives over one person before you put her and Amy-Chan technically and others in danger. You're just gonna start a war. I'm gonna make 3 parts in total because there's a lot for me to gather my thoughts over, and I want to use my perspective and actually acknowledge other people's possible perspectives on this. And I want to acknowledge YoshiWii's, Amy-Chan's, and Sonic93's perspectives. So, for now, Munchkin Adversary out.